The internet does not feel empty. That would almost be easier. It feels crowded. Crowded with reviews, crowded with comments, crowded with influencers, crowded with songs, videos, outrage ads, fake smiles, fake anger, fake enthusiasm, and one-star reviews written like a hostage note. Then you start to notice it. More and more, it does not feel like people are behind it. It feels like the internet is doing an impression of people. And honestly, the impression is getting uncomfortably good. The internet is not real anymore. There's a theory called dead internet theory. The short version is that the internet is no longer mostly humans talking to humans. Instead, it is mostly bots, automated content, fake engagement, algorithms, and now AI systems creating content for other AI systems to react to. The full conspiracy version gets pretty wild. Government control, population manipulation, secret coordination, the whole giant corkboard with a red string situation. And I'm not saying that version is true. In fact, if you want my honest opinion, the giant conspiracy version is probably too clean. Real life is usually dumber than that. The scarier version is not that one secret room controls the internet. The scarier version is that nobody needs a secret room. The incentives already did it. If fake reviews make money, people make fake reviews. If fake engagement makes money, people buy fake engagement. If AI articles rank in search, people generate AI articles. If weird fake images get clicks, people make weirder fake images. If pretending to be real works, the internet gets better at pretending. No master plan required, just money, which, historically, is more than enough to make people act like a haunted vending machine. The trust layer broke. The first place most people feel this is reviews. Reviews used to feel like a small public service. Some random person bought a toaster, the toaster exploded emotionally, and then that person warned the village. It was beautiful. Modern civilization at its finest. Now reviews feel like a crime scene where everyone is wearing the same fake mustache. 5 stars. Amazing product. Changed my life. I bought this for my husband and now he is a better man. It's just a USB cable, Janet. Calm down. And here's the thing. Fake reviews are not some imaginary complaint from cranky people who missed 2007. In 2024, the FTC finalized a rule banning fake reviews and testimonials. That includes AI-generated fake reviews, buying reviews, insider reviews that hide the connection, review suppression, and fake social media indicators like bot-generated followers and views. So if the government has to make a specific fake review rule, that tells you something. The trust layer is not fine. Now, I've had my own version of this. I've written honest reviews that were not 5 stars, and then the review disappeared. Can I prove exactly why? No. And that matters. Because I don't want to turn one annoying experience into a universal law of the internet. But I can tell you what it feels like. It feels like the normal person is asked to trust a system where glowing reviews survive, weird fake praise survives, but sometimes the honest, annoyed guy gets shown the door. And once people feel that, the damage is already done. Because reviews only work if people believe the room is real. Once the room feels staged, every 5-star rating starts looking like it has a tiny little agent. The bots are not a side quest. Then there are bots. And bots are not a tiny little side problem anymore. Imperva's 2025 Bad Bot Report said, automated traffic passed human activity for the first time in a decade, accounting for 51% of all web traffic. Bad bots alone made up 37%. Now, be careful with that number. That does not mean half your friends are secretly Roombas with opinions. It means web traffic, requests, scraping, attacks, automation, crawling, fraud, and all the machine activity around the internet have become enormous. The machinery around the internet is now bigger than the human layer in some measurable ways. That's not the same as saying every comment is fake. It is saying that the comment section is no longer just a comment section. It is a battlefield, a billboard, a bot farm, a focus group, a casino, and occasionally, by accident, a conversation. YouTube has rules against fake engagement. Platforms do not write rules against problems that never happen. They write rules because somewhere, someone looked at a graph and said, why does this video have 800,000 views? And every comment says, very informative, dear sir. Search got weird. Search also got weird. Search used to feel like asking the internet a question. Now it can feel like walking into a warehouse where every box is labeled best answer and half of them are just sawdust and affiliate links. Google's March 2024 update went after things like scaled content abuse. That's a polite way of saying, please stop making oceans of low-value pages just to trick search engines. And Google was clear that it does not matter if the content was made by automation, humans, or a combination of both. The problem is not just AI. The problem is content made at industrial scale for machines first and people second. That is the part that matters. Because when the internet rewards being findable more than being useful, you get pages that look like information, smell like information, and technically contain information, but reading them feels like chewing printer paper. The article exists, the words are there, the paragraphs have pants on, but there's no person in the room. Social media became a stage. And then we get to social media. This is where the whole thing gets extra weird because social media was supposed to be the human part. That was the pitch. Real people, real moments, real friends, real lives. And now? Half of the time it feels like watching a commercial pretend to have a nervous system. Influencers are not always showing a life. Sometimes they are running a storefront with cheekbones. Short videos are not always spontaneous. They are engineered. The pause is engineered. The subtitles are engineered. The fake surprise is engineered. The jump cut is engineered. The shocked face is engineered. The I did not expect this to happen was probably take number 12. And now AI can generate faces, voices, captions, scripts, comments, music, images, and entire little personalities. So the question becomes, when you see a person online, what are you actually seeing? A person? A brand? A team? A filter? A synthetic face? A real person reading an AI script? An AI voice reading a human script? A human pretending to be authentic because authenticity tested well last quarter? The answer is often yes, all of that. At the same time, very normal, very healthy. No concerns from the stick figure observing this from the corner. Even performance got polished flat. This also shows up in music and entertainment. And before anyone starts yelling, no, I'm not saying every artist is fake. Real talent still exists. Real singers exist. Real musicians exist. Real performers exist. But a lot of what reaches us has been tuned, edited, corrected, compressed, filtered, quantized, layered, and polished until all the mistakes are gone. And mistakes matter. Mistakes are part of how humans recognize other humans. They are also part of how younger artists learn that trying is even worth it. Because if you're a kid learning to sing, draw, write, act, dance, edit, or make anything at all, and every finished thing you see looks perfect, that does something to your head. You start comparing your beginning to somebody else's finished illusion. Their voice has been tuned. Their skin has been filtered. Their performance has been cut together. Their lighting has been fixed. Their body has been posed. Their bad takes are gone. Their mistakes are buried in a folder no one will ever see. And you're sitting there with your first ugly attempt thinking, why even try? That's the part people do not talk about enough. Fake perfection does not just make the internet feel less real. It makes real people feel less capable. Because they're comparing themselves to a finished product that is pretending to be a moment. A voice cracks. A drummer rushes a fill. Someone misses a note. Someone laughs at the wrong time. Someone trips over a sentence and somehow makes it better. That's the good stuff. That's where the person leaks through. But the modern internet is very good at sanding off fingerprints. Music gets tuned. Photos get filtered. Videos get edited. Faces get smoothed. Opinions get focus tested. Apologies get drafted by committees. And then everyone wonders why everything feels fake. Maybe it feels fake because we keep removing the proof that it was real. The internet rewards the imitation. The most depressing part is that the fake stuff does not have to be better. It only has to be good enough. A fake review does not need to be beautiful literature. It just needs to push the rating. A bot comment does not need to win a Pulitzer. It just needs to make a post look active. An AI article does not need to help you. It just needs to rank before the better one. A fake influencer does not need a soul. It just needs a face, a posting schedule, and the ability to sell protein powder without blinking. The internet rewards signals. Views, likes, comments, stars, followers, watch time, search ranking, engagement. So people started manufacturing the signals. And once the signals can be manufactured, the signal stops meaning what it used to mean. 1 million views might mean 1 million people cared, or it might mean the machine got fed correctly. 10,000 likes mean people loved it, Or it might mean somebody bought a very depressing little package called Premium Engagement Growth. A 5-star product might be great. Or it might have an army of reviews written by people who have never touched it, seen it, or emotionally bonded with the USB cable. That's how trust dies. Not all at once. It dies when every signal needs a second signal to prove the first signal is not fake. The internet is not dead. It is haunted. So is the internet dead? No, that's too simple. Real people are still here. You are real, probably. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you have not tried to sell me crypto in the first 3 seconds. Real people still make videos. Real people still write comments. Real people still share jokes. Real people still build things, explain things, argue badly, help strangers, and post pictures of their lunch like the fate of civilization depends on it. The internet is not dead. It is haunted. Haunted by incentives, haunted by automation, haunted by bots, haunted by fake metrics, haunted by content made for algorithms instead of humans, haunted by the fact that every platform says it wants authenticity, then rewards whatever keeps you staring at the rectangle, which is rude. The rectangle already has enough power. What still feels real? So what do we do with that? Because the answer cannot be trust nothing. That just makes you annoying at restaurants. The better answer is to trust differently. Trust things with friction. A real person usually has friction. They have a history. They have a voice that does not sound flat. They have opinions that do not always line up perfectly. They make small mistakes. They change their mind. They explain how they know something. They link sources. They show work. They can be specific. Fake things hate specifics. Fake things love vibes. This product is amazing. Amazing how? This changed my life. You bought a garden hose. Everyone is saying. Who's everyone? People are furious. Which people? Sources say. Which sources? The real internet is still there, but now you have to look for fingerprints. The awkward sentence, the original photo, the named source, the small creator who actually knows what they're talking about, the forum thread where somebody explains the fix in 2014 and somehow saves your life 12 years later. That part of the internet still feels alive. Messy, weird, useful, and occasionally written by a guy named TurboDad77 who knows more about washing machines than the manufacturer. Protect that man. He is load-bearing infrastructure. The internet was supposed to connect humans, and it did. But then humans realized connection could be measured. Then measured could be gamed. Then gaming the measurement became a business. Then machines got good enough to imitate the thing being measured. And now here we are, staring at a screen, trying to figure out if the review is real, if the comment is real, if the person is real, if the song is real, if the performance is real, and if the smiling man holding the protein powder has ever experienced a human emotion without a discount code attached. Dead internet theory is probably wrong in the literal sense, but emotionally, it's getting harder to laugh off because the internet does not feel dead. It feels like it's wearing a human costume. And from where I'm standing, that costume is starting to fit a little too well, which makes me want to ask, are you humans still running this place?